I have a really strong burden for the church in America. I think in many ways we've been very misguided by our privilege, and we've taken that and we've morphed it into our faith, and we've morphed it into our worship. And so many times on Sunday mornings we hear pastors and worship leaders tell us to worship God in order to get something from Him. There are so many promises made. You know, when praises go up, blessings come down. And I think it just leads to a whole lot of false pretenses in our worship. And I think what impacted me so greatly about worshiping in Haiti was just the fact that there was none of that. You know, there were no promises made. There were no people looking for, even in their poor state, they weren't looking for anything from God. And they just worshiped Him because they loved Him. They just worshiped Him because He's God and He deserves it. And I will never forget the first night that we were there. We were at this church and it was in this makeshift building. I don't even know how to describe it. There were not walls all the way around, so it wasn't closed in, and there was not a single light in the building. So when it got dark, we were in pitch black with a little battery operated keyboard and guitars, just worshiping God. You know, at first it was interesting because, you know, your flesh gets the best of you. Like, what are we about to do here? But when I listened to these people worship and just the purity of their hearts for God, I was both inspired and convicted. And, you know, it just made me think of at home, we're so into our presentations, and not saying that there's anything wrong with excellence, but just the lights and the stages and the presentation of it all. And to have all of that stripped away and not have one single light whatsoever. And to just see these people pour their hearts out to God and join in with them and worship with no pretenses, with no promises, with no agendas, not trying to get anything from God, just because He's God and just because we love Him. And that was so amazing to see. And I think that if every worship leader in America could experience worship in a third world country, it will change your life. Definitely change your worship. Definitely change how you deliver what you deliver on Sunday mornings. It changes the way you do life. It changes everything because you realize what's really important. And it makes you want to worship God from that same heart and place of just purity. And I thank the people of Haiti for allowing me to see that and for allowing me to experience that. I know we went there to be a blessing to them, but in so many ways they were a blessing to me. And their worship made an indelible mark on my life.